Thanks for watching Blitz. I'm Brian Carter here at Tallulah Falls School with a pair of senior incredible golfers, Brinson Hall, Maggie Jackson. State runners-up, actually. Girls, thank you so much for your time. Really appreciate it.
Yeah, thank you for letting us be here.
No, fantastic career. And Brinson, we'll start with you. Describe 2021. It's just sort of like a dream season. The team finishes state runner-up. You're area champions, top 10 at state for you individually. You make the North AllStar tournament and win that championship. So how would you kind of put this year in a nutshell?
It's just been awesome. I think that if you go back and kind of look at not only this season, but every season, me and Maggie have just been record breakers, and I think that's been a big thing. We've always strived to kind of push ourselves, and this season has just kind of shown how far we've really tried to push ourselves, and it's just really been awesome to see all of our hard work pay off. It's definitely been very, it's touched both of our hearts a whole lot. But I think it's also put some confidence into the school and really the golf program and really given us a good step forward to kind of go off to college on a good foot.
Yeah. So Maggie, for you, state runner-up as a team. Individually, you placed third overall, an incredible performance at state, and area champion too. But what was it like when you stepped off the green after the state tournament wrapped up, knowing, I'm sure y'all knew that you were state runners-up, but walk us through the emotions of knowing that kind of, closed out your career.
I think you never really know when something's going to be your last time. So there are not a lot of experiences in life you can be like, this is the last time I'll get to do this.
Yeah.
So I think it's something really special when you can really prepare yourself mentally and emotionally, and just coming off the green, you see all your family and your friends and just all the people that have meant the world to you, and they get to watch that with you. And I think us knowing where our team was, that was more important to us. So coming off the green, and then after figuring out, okay, we're runner-up, that's awesome. And then you come back and you get on the bus later, it's like, oh, you were third, and it's like, oh my gosh, that's just, that just tops it off. So I think that just really shows too where our motivation lies. Like we were just fighting for our team, and then you come back and you realize, hey, like we both did good individually too. So it just kind of icing on the cake, I guess.
Yeah, for sure. It probably a little anxiety kicking in when you're trying to figure out where you placed individually throughout that as well. But what was that like playing together for the final time as high school teammates? Because I know you got to play again in a tournament later, but did that feel kind of different or pretty emotional when you knew that was it for the two of you as high school teammates?
Oh, that whole weekend, so emotional. I was so emotional, but again, like what I said earlier, it's not often that you know that, hey, this is going to be the last time, but I mean, it's an end of an era, really, because when we both go off to college, we'll meet different girls, we'll have different coaches. It just won't be the same. So I think it's the beginning of a new chapter, but it's also a chapter closes. So.
Yeah, and you got to kind of kick off the next chapter with playing, and just like right after that, it's like you hop into the North All-Star tournament and you win that championship. So, Brinson, what was that like to win that, but then also being able to play together in a different way and play with some of the girls y'all are used to competing with all the time?
Yeah, it was awesome. I think the difference, what most people don't really think about golf is, although me and Maggie are on a team, we're competing every week to kind of push each other and get better. But with the North All-Star tournament, we got to actually work as a team more.
Yeah.
So we were both on the North All-Star team, and we played a scramble the first day together. And then the second day, we didn't get to play together, but we were still on the same team, still helping each other out. And I really liked that setting because we also got to play with, some girls that we're always going head-to-head against. Some of the top girls in the state, and we actually got to sit down and kind of get to know each other better, and it was just awesome to really work as a team and just have that experience.
Yeah. And how did you, and you can kind of speak on yourself and both of you and the whole team really, because with Hannah too, but losing last year to COVID was just such a letdown for so many people. But fortunately for both of y'all, you got your senior year at least to experience that. But how much of this year's success was kind of, fueled by losing all of last year's high school season?
Yeah, I definitely think me and Maggie, whenever COVID hit, we were both like, well, maybe there's a chance we'll still have a golf season.
Yeah.
We ended up not having a golf season, but honestly, I think that just pushed us to get better. We were like, okay, let's take this time where most people are sitting on their couches during COVID. We're going to get out on the course while we're still able to, because golf was one of the only sports that was still able to keep going. So we both were playing in junior golf tournaments, and out there practicing every day, and I really think that just motivated us to get better and really gave us an open door to kind of come into our senior year really strong.
Yeah.
And I think that was really important for us. But I think even though we lost a year, we still accomplished everything we wanted to accomplish.
Yeah, absolutely.
So yeah, I think it was still a great senior year,
Yeah,
even though we
for
lost that year.
For sure. It was, again, just a blessing that you weren't a senior last year. Because
Yes.
you really feel even worse for those people. Everyone lost something, but, they lost their last go-around. But now, you kind of talked about where we're going next is improving your game, and both of y'all definitely you're always on the course, always. So if anyone's ever looking for you, that's probably where they're going to find you. But what area of your game, Maggie, do you think you've improved on the most over this past year?
Oh, for sure. So, I mean, anyone could go out to the range and just bang balls all day and then just go out to the putting green, drill. So anybody can do that, but it's more about the mental state, and I think COVID really helped me transform my mental game. So I was really, like Brinson said, we were always at the course, always practicing, but there's that other piece of it where we were playing in junior tournaments all the time.
Yeah.
So I think I really got a chance to experience tournament play against some really high competitors. So that really pushed me to improve my mental game and to really be able to grind out around even though you're not having your best day. So
Yeah.
I think that has really helped us this season too, because there have been some days where we go out to the course and it's like, man, I'm just not feeling it.
Yeah.
But I mean, as long as you can grind out a good round and still shoot good for your team, I mean, that's the most important thing. So.
Yeah, I've been impressed by the poise that both of y'all show when things aren't going your way, and it's one of those games you just gotta, I guess, put each hole behind you if it's not a good one, and then or use the momentum from a good one onto the next. But for yourself, I think you had 4 low medalist performances this year, and I think 5 for you, Brinson. So what about you as far as in terms of what you worked on the most in your game and where you kind of saw the most improvement?
Yeah, I think honestly, it's kind of the same as Maggie. I mean, golf is like 90% mental and 10% skill.
Yeah.
So when you go out there and, the weather isn't as good as you thought it was going to be, the course is tougher than you thought it was going to be, and just being able to push through and really kind of keep yourself in a good spirit. And even if the people you're playing with can't handle the mental side of the game, it's just really important. And I think that's something that both of us worked on a lot. And especially going into college, I think that'll help us too, because we're going to be playing 36 holes in one day.
Yeah.
I mean, and then the second day
That's
playing
insane.
18. Yeah. So, I mean, the mental side, I mean, I'm glad we both got to work on it this season and last, because, that's the biggest part.
Yeah. And, we talk about all the accolades and all the things both of you have accomplished, but Maggie, what's it like to be able to, for the two of you to leave such a lasting legacy and just giant shoes to fill for those who are coming up at TFS, but just all the accolades you've had and the heights you've taken in this program. What's it like to know that you're leaving a lasting legacy like that?
Well, first, I just feel like we've been given such an awesome opportunity here. I mean, the resources that the school has given us, and then that community that has really backed us through everything that we've done. I think it's just awesome to feel like I've contributed to that community and to feel like I've contributed to this awesome place. So leaving those shoes, it's more of, I wanted to, going into the season and trying to beat our records. It's part of it's kind of improving our own game, but the other piece of it is making sure that, hey, somebody else is going to come up here, just be inspired, and hopefully, I hope that people come and break all of these records one day. So I feel like that's the legacy that we left, that maybe somebody's going to come up and be like, hey, I can do that too. So
Yeah, I mean, it's setting the bar. I like that you say that. I mean, it's like part of you wants to keep your records, but records are made to be broken, and it's cool to set that bar for everyone else. And it's going to be hard for them to do, but both of you had the chance to do what very few get to do, and that's go play Division I in any sport, and you both got to sign to play at the next level. So, Brinson, for you, what was it like to be able to sign on the line with Troy, and what was that recruiting process like? Did you love it? Did you hate it? A little in between?
My anxiety levels definitely spiked during that time period, but it was awesome. I think it was just really cool to meet new people and just kind of see a different world of sports, because living around here and just even playing junior tournaments, you don't really get to see a whole lot outside of our little area. But just being able to sign and go down. But everything kind of happened last minute for me. trying to decide between a few different schools, but then Troy kind of came out of the blue, and I ended up signing with them, and I could not be happier with my decision. It's just a weight lifted off my shoulders, and now it feels like I'm really playing for a goal, and I'm super excited about it. Cannot wait for the next chapter.
What is it that really sold you most on Troy?
Honestly, I stepped on campus and I fell in love with it. I knew that it kind of checked all my boxes and some. The coach and the team is amazing. I really like all of them. And just the faculty, the people there are just really, they're people persons, and they really just made me feel welcome. And I think that's one thing that I didn't really find at a whole lot of other schools, but I really loved that at Troy.
Yeah. And so Maggie, you got to sign with Wofford. So same question. What was that? What was the process like for you? Did you enjoy it, or is it a little bit stressful most of the time, or what?
Well, I could sit here and talk for hours about my recruitment process. I feel like I knew that I wanted to play college golf from freshman year when I started playing in tournaments. So the process, it was a long one, but I do think that Wofford was number one on my list for a really long time. But kind of, I always thought it was out of my reach. So getting to go back and tour, and then kind of reconnect with the coach a little bit, and then getting that opportunity to sign there, it feels like, I mean, God's blessed me a million times. So I really feel like that's where I need to be, and that's what I was meant to do. So I mean, the recruitment process, I really enjoyed it. It's really fun going on different campuses. You make a day trip out of it, and then you have somebody there that they want you to join their team. So it's really nice having people like trying to win you over in a kind of way. But so that piece of it was fun, but I will say it's a lot of work. So it takes a lot of time. So I really feel proud that both of us were able to pull it off.
It's extremely rare. I mean, even to get two on the same team, to go play any sport at the college level, let alone D1 level, is pretty impressive. But what was it? You mentioned Wofford was at the top of your list for a while. What was the biggest reason why you felt so strongly about Wofford?
Yeah, so my freshman year, I actually was able to meet the coach at state, and I did have a little bit of a rocky start. You could ask Coach Campbell about that year, but I had a rocky tournament. But we were able to meet the coach, and then right after that, we went and toured. And immediately when I walked on campus, kind of like Brinson, I just knew that was where I needed to be. Like I felt a calling, but also part of me knew I wasn't going to be able to go there if I didn't play a sport. And I went online right after, and I looked at the scores, and I was like, okay, this is what I'm going to have to do.
Okay. Yeah.
So
a driving motivator for you to.
Yes, sir. So I feel very blessed again to be able to go there. So
well, super proud of both of y'all. You've had a fantastic career, and the awesome thing is it's just really getting started. So I can't wait to see what you do at the next level. Everyone's going to miss you at TFS, but it's going to be awesome to see what you do after that. Thank you again so much for your time.
Yes, thank you so much.